Party started.
Welcome to Streaming Deluxe presented by Mr. Orange. My name is Mr. Orange, and guys, this is my little review of Life is Strange 2 of the first episode. So the game came out, as you know, on the 26th September, so 4 days ago. It's developed by Don't Not Entertainment and published by Square Enix. So Life is Strange 2 is now, let's say, the third part in the series of Life is Strange. We remember Life is Strange 1 came out some years ago, and then they were bringing Before the Storm, which was a prequel. So and now this is the official sequel to Life is Strange, but there's not a lot of links with the first Life is Strange, except some little Easter eggs when it comes to Arcadia Bay. So let's say the region is more or less the same, but the characters are different. So what is the game about? So if you look on the store page, it says it's about two brothers, Sean and Daniel Deers, which are forced to run away from home after a tragic incident in Seattle. And in fear of police, Sean and Daniel head to Mexico while attempting to conceal a sudden, mysterious supernatural power. The game has at the moment overall very positive reviews. The first episode is around 3 hours long, so you might finish it very quickly, but you can also play it a couple of times more, since there are some achievements or different paths you can take in order to change a little bit the story. But as always with those games, it is not that if you choose a different path on some crossroad of the story, that it's going to fundamentally change the game. So yeah, this might be or should be improved, maybe also a little bit in the future. So what do I like a lot of Life is Strange 2? Definitely I like the atmosphere, I like the setting, I like the graphics. I think the graphics really improved a lot to the previous Life is Strange, and if you compare it especially to Life is Strange 1, that's crazy. So it really got so much better. Then people say this game is a little bit, the story is a little bit too political. So I think I want to talk a little bit about this. So Life is Strange, the first one, was not a political game at all. It was just a game about a nice story of a young girl being in a small town somewhere in the west coast of the US, which the girl has big dreams. She wants to be an artist. She has a lot of interactions with other kids. So the only political issue at this time was maybe that there's about some sort of corruption in the school, about in industry, that the rich family that has more power than the poor family. So yeah, everything is political. Even in Life is Strange 1, it was political. And then Life is Strange, the prequel, yeah, it also was a bit political. A little excursus here. I think Life is Strange, the prequel, was not that good game than I expected. I think the very first Life is Strange is still, and not only for nostalgia reasons, the best one of them all. So even Life is Strange 2 is since I played now the episode 1, I think it's not as good as the first Life is Strange. So yeah, so even the Life is Strange, the first one, the normal and the prequel, they were political. So this game is now a little bit more political, because obviously it talks about the family that comes from Hispanic background, from immigration. No one knows where the mother is at the moment in this game. So, and then it talks about police violence. It talks about discrimination, and actually it shows that they are just normal kids in this normal American world, and that there's not a big difference between, obviously, immigrated family from Mexico, than in comparison to classical white American, when you can say it like this. So I mean, it's always very difficult to put words on this, in my personal opinion. So there's not this big difference. So I mean, they also even have not some Hispanic names like Jose, etc. So they use sometimes some Spanish words, but their names of the boys are Sean and Daniel. So names that are so typical American, or used also in other typical American pop culture movies and families nowadays. So there's no difference, and this is actually where this game, of course, tries to be a little bit political. It talks about racism, about police violence, and then it goes, for example, there's this scene where the shopkeeper of the gas station says, yeah, that's why we need the wall, or that's just why the wall needs to be built. And then a lot of other reviewers were saying, yeah, that's Trump's world that is described here. But that's bullshit. This has nothing to do with Trump's world, in my opinion. This is just a classical... It's a game about typical problems that you have with immigration, or problems that resolve when immigration comes, that the people that are let's call the natives, that are already longer in the place, that they are unhappy with the new arrivals. So especially in a country like the US, which is a big melting pot of century of immigration, which is a bit different to Europe. This is, of course, also a constant problem, and it has to be seen differently than in Europe. So, having said all of this, I don't want to get too much into this political part now. I would say, yes, the background of the story is an immigration, a political story. Maybe it's a little bit too much, because I don't see why they are running away to Mexico. Sorry for the spoiler, but I don't see it. I mean, if they accept that they are now in the US, then normally you should also accept the law and order system in the country you are. So there's no reason that they run away to Mexico. But that's the background of the story. So I cannot really say now. Yeah. Well, I mean, that it sounds a bit too much. So in my opinion, so running away to Mexico. Why? Okay, guys. So that's the political part, and this always gives a lot of discussion, especially in Steam Fora or in the review section of Steam. So people talk a lot about how the developers had a liberal agenda, and I'm not talking about an economical liberal agenda, but the typical the Democrats' liberal agenda. And then you have more Republicans or more right-wing orientated people that say, yeah, they're pushing their liberal agenda through the game, and therefore I can't play the game. Okay, I mean, if this is a reason that you can't play the game, then don't play it. I mean, open up, watch this, play this game, enjoy the story. If it's now has some sort of political background or not, I mean, that's not the point. So, I mean, also step away a little bit from your world and see the world from different angles. So, I mean, this is important, so that you not always stick to one angle. So therefore I would say be open to this game, be open-minded, start the story open-minded, because it's worth it. It's worth it. The graphics, the atmosphere, the whole story is worth it. It's fun. I mean, and honestly, it gave me the first moment where the supernatural mysterious thing happened. It gave me shivers. I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly the feeling I had with Life is Strange, with the first one. This moment where there first time some of these mysterious issues happened. So and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's great. The game is going to become great. Then it develops really, really slow. So is it a bad thing? I mean, yeah, it's episode 1. It should not rush. I mean, go slowly. Something terrible just happened to the boys, so there's no reason that the development of the game is now super quickly. I mean, even in those 3 hours, a lot is going to happen where you would say, oh, okay, why is this now happening? For example, all this stuff at the gas station. So I expected a little bit more in the forest, so I don't want to spoil it now, but the story was slowing down a lot, so it was building up some suspense, but then actually nothing came, so this was a bit weird. So the interaction between the two boys is kind of good, so I mean, it makes sense. From the difference of the age, so he wants to protect him, the little boy, he just wants to have fun, but he doesn't really know what's going on, so I mean, he's really strong there for the day, walking like for days, do not really eat a lot, so have no money, etc. So yeah, so they have a lot of, they are strong kids, so let's put it like this. So guys, yeah, that's mostly my opinion to the political aspect. Don't get yourself deranged by the political aspect, whatever is your opinion. If you're a more conservative person or if you're more liberal person, forget this agenda thing. Just enjoy the game and don't see it as an insult. I agree, the game could be a little bit less political. This building a wall thing was way too much, and yeah, the graphics are worth it to be played. It's a nice atmosphere. You have different choices. Sorry, you have different choices, so it's going to be fun to try them out. The characters are sympathetic, so you're going to like the two brothers definitely. And I don't want to put the game too high on a pedestal, because already you see a lot of people on Steam saying, "Oh, it's the best game ever, best experience in my life." I mean, yeah, calm down a bit. So it's a decent, good, story-driven, choices matters game. I mean, GameSpot gave this game, for example, 9 out of 10, which is definitely a lot. I would give it maybe a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the ride, I enjoyed the story, I was touched by the story. It gave me the mysterious aspect gave me the suspense. The music is great, definitely the music is great. Take care if you're streaming, or take care if you make YouTube videos. A lot of the songs have copyright issues. And if you ask the question if this game is worth it, I mean, the great thing is you can go and buy the first episode like for €8 at the moment. So don't buy now the complete season if you're not sure if you like this political aspect, if you're not sure that you like this game in general. So just get the €8 episode 1. So it's a good start, or just wait a bit more down the road. I'm sure the first episode is going to be free, as it has been with the other Life is Strange seasons. So yeah, buy it for €8, enjoy it. If you liked it, then I'm sure you're going to enjoy the other 4 episodes, because the story is mostly already nicely written beforehand. And the developers, I'm sure they're going to bring up some very pretty cool ideas also in the next episodes. So it's good. It's a good way to test the game for yourself, and you don't have to spend then the €40 or $40 immediately. So yeah, most of the reviews on Steam are positive. So I'm actually pretty surprised by this, since I thought that this political aspect would create much more reactions. So most people like it. So it just shows me too that this political aspect is not that strong. Let's say most people can live with it, and they understand that there's to every story another side. So if you have immigration, do you also have people that are affected? Does it mean that you have to be in favor of immigration? No, it doesn't say anything about it, but it just says that when people are there, then it has another side. And by the way, in this game, okay, I don't want to get too much back to the political aspect, but I think it's important because there's a lot of talk going around, not maybe on the Steam reviews. So, but those boys grew up in America. They speak perfectly English. So there's actually no difference except the fact how they look. So that's it. So but I leave the rest to our American viewers. So you make up your own mind, your own opinion about this. I mean, it's your country, so you know it best. So it's not for me to give you any recommendation for this.
Daniel,
Yeah,
check out this
is it a sad story?
What is that?
Gave me shivers, but I was not now especially sad about it. So I would not say it's now at the moment especially sad. So the situation with the father was not pleasant, but yeah, it was not a super sad one. So overall, I would say I enjoyed the 3 hours. I was playing through it immediately. I made a little walkthrough, a let's play, so I have different parts of it on my YouTube channel. So you might watch them. The first one is with a commentary, and then the last ones are without a commentary, so you can enjoy the whole story without someone annoying talking and destroying it with stupid remarks. So therefore I absolutely recommend to you to check them out. So I would say I recommend the first episode. So I can't recommend the full game obviously now, so I recommend the first episode. 3 hours, €8, very positive on Steam, interesting story. Yeah, go get the game if you liked Life is Strange before. If you didn't like it before,
Too quiet.
drop it, leave it. You don't need this one, so it's not changing your mind with regard to this game in general. So but if you like the ones before, then it's definitely a recommendation. So keep it here, guys. I thank you very much for watching. I wish you a great day. Leave me maybe a subscription or thumbs up for the video. So guys, thank you, goodbye.
What does that one say?
I can't tell him the truth now.